Hi, my name is Ella Mills and I am a 500-hour registered yoga teacher and also a climber. So today I wanted to bring you a yoga class for climbers, specifically focusing on injury prevention. So we'll be targeting kind of common imbalances that climbers find in their bodies. So we'll be opening through the chest to kind of counteract that classic hunched position that climbers can find themselves in from using their lats so much. We'll be mobilising and stretching the wrists, mobilising the spine and also into the hips as well. As you kind of move through this practice, I encourage you to listen to the cues of your body. And yoga is an amazing space to practice this in. Injury prevention is kind of about developing that awareness of your body so that you become more in tune with the cues that it's telling you. So in that way, you can prevent the injury before it happens. So let's get straight into it. You don't need anything. You could have a yoga mat or you could just do this on the floor. Let's get started. We're going to get into a tabletop position, spreading the fingers really wide, bringing the wrists kind of underneath the shoulders, and then your knees are under your hips. Tuck the toes and then press your weight back. So as you do this, you're stretching the bottoms of the toes. And then as you come forwards, pressing the shoulders past the wrists, so you're stretching into the wrists. We're going to hold as we come back for 3, 2, 1, and then hold as we come forwards for 3, 2, 1. Let's keep moving back and forth here. And then as you come forwards, you're going to find the edge of sensation and hold there for 3, 2, 1, and then back for 3, 2, 1. One more time each direction. And coming back. Perfect. Bringing the shoulders back over the wrists here. We're going to do palm raises. You can untuck the toes here. So keep the fingers down, simply lift the palm off the floor. This is going to look different in everyone's body depending on how much mobility you have in your fingers. If you do any yoga or you do any movements like this, it might be a bit better. If you don't do anything like this, you're probably going to find this quite challenging. So just be kind to yourself, listen to your body. But yeah, lifting the palms and lowering. Lifting and then lowering slowly. The slower you lower, you'll kind of notice that you'll get this activation through the forearm. So this is something I quite like to do at the start of a climbing session because it kind of mobilizes the fingers and the wrists, but also brings a bit of activation through the forearms, which is great. Let's go. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. You might just sit back on your heels for a second, shake out the wrists, maybe interlace the fingers and roll out the wrists in both directions. Coming back into a tabletop. And we'll move through cat-cow. So breathe in, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift your gaze. And then exhale, round through your spine, draw your chin in towards your chest. Moving back and forth here, really starting to now build a connection with our breath. Also, such an important part of climbing is breathing properly. So yoga again is a great tool to develop this awareness of your breath. So as you exhale the whole way through cat pose, really press the floor away. And as you inhale through cow, lifting the tailbone, gently squeeze the shoulders back. Take one more full round. And then bring yourself back into a neutral spine. From here, kick your right leg back, bringing the toes down onto the floor, and then press your weight forwards and backwards again. So we're getting a stretch through the calf and the heel here. You can kind of imagine that you're pressing a pedal with the heel of the right foot. You can gently pulse in and out of this. And then bring yourself back through center. Keep the toes down. Inhale, we're going to lift the left arm up. Take the gaze with the hand. Hold here, so opening the chest, a little bit through the shoulder, and also getting that twist through the spine. Look towards the left thumb. Take another breath in. As you exhale, we're going to thread the needle, so you're going to reach the arm underneath, dropping the shoulder and the side of the head down. You could stay here, or a couple of options. You could reach the right fingertips to the top of the mat. It feels quite nice on the right shoulder. Or for a little bit more of a balance, you could wrap the right arm around the back, reaching for the inside of the hip. If you've gone for this option, think about rolling the right shoulder back so you're opening the chest to the side of the room. Breathing in. As you exhale, release whatever variation you have of the right hand, so you can bring the palm down. Lift up into your twist. Inhale, again take the gaze with the left hand. And exhale to bring the hand back down. Now we're going to lift the right leg. Swing the leg out to the side. See if you can keep the foot to the height of the hip. Press evenly through the hands. And then bring your foot down, kind of in alignment with the left knee. And again, press the weight back and forth. So now coming into that inner hip a little bit more. Your left toes, they can be tucked or untucked here, whatever preference you have. And then press the weight back. We're going to hold here. Now you could stay with your hands where they are, or you might walk them a little bit closer to the top of your mat. You might melt the chest and the forehead down towards the floor. Breathing into the stretch. And again, encourage you to listen to the sensations of the body. And the body is capable of holding through discomfort, so you might be feeling a level of discomfort, but we shouldn't hold through pain. So trying to distinguish the difference between pain and discomfort is super crucial. Let's take one more breath in. And exhale, start to lift, walk your hands back underneath the shoulders. Nice. We're now going to bring this right foot outside of the hands. So we're in a lizard lunge. You can adjust the back knee here, let the hips melt down. If you had blocks, yoga blocks, or anything else, books, you could always bring your hands up a little bit higher. Otherwise, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and we're going to gently bounce into the hips. This feels really good. I climbed yesterday, so this is also a yoga class for me too, as I go through it. And then we're going to come into a yogi squat. So we're going to bring the left foot forwards outside of the hands, heels in, toes out, and then start to lower the hips down. You can have your hands down, or you can bring your palms together. Think about leaning your chest back as if there's a wall behind you and lifting the crown of the head up. Use your elbows to press the knees apart. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring your fingers down, lift the hips, any amount. Inhale, drop into the hips. Exhale to lift. Couple more times, moving with your breath. You don't have to match my pace, just go with the rhythm of your own breath. One more. And inhale to drop the hips. Nice. From here, bring your hands down, palms to the floor, so you might need to lift your hips, and then step your feet back so you're in a high plank. Press the floor away, protract through the shoulders. Inhale, press your shoulders forwards. Exhale as you drop the knees. As you bend the arms, the elbows are in towards the ribs. Untuck your toes, press the hips down, and then lift lift your chest any amount. You could be in a baby cobra, or a full cobra is where you press through the hands. You get more extension through the spine. Full breath in. Exhale to lower the chest down. Keep your knees grounded, press up through tabletop. Right, all of that on the other side. So, left leg back, keep the toes down, press the weight forwards and backwards. And again, you're trying to press the heel back. And then bring your shoulders over your wrists. Lift your right arm up into a twist. Opening the chest, trying to stack the shoulders. Take the gaze to the top hand. Breathe in. Exhale, thread the needle, dropping the shoulder and the side of the head down. Again, the two options are there. Left arm could extend to the top of the mat, or wrapping the arm around the back to the inside of the hip. This can feel quite unstable here, so really trying to find the balance in this pose. Take a breath in. Exhale, release whatever variation you have with the left hand to bring the palm down. Lift up into your twist. Breathe in. Exhale to bring your hand down. Lift your left leg. Swing the foot over to the side. Keep the foot lifted. Press that floor away with the hands. And then sole of the foot comes down, kind of in alignment with the knee. From here, press your weight forwards and backwards. And then press your weight back as far as you can. And you might then walk the hands closer to the top of the mat, melting the chest and the forehead down. Maybe the belly's resting on top of that right thigh. And breathing in. And slow exhale. Rock the weight back forwards. Lift your left leg, step the foot outside of the hands, come into your lizard lunge. Just spend the first couple of breaths moving around here, coming into the hips. And tuck your back toes, lift the knee. Now take a gentle bounce into the hips. Into yogi squat, step the right foot outside of the hands as you lower the hips down. Now a different variation of yogi squat here. Keep your right arm, I'll turn a little bit, to the inside of that knee. Drop the hand down and then lift the left arm up. I love doing this stretch. It gets the ankles, the hips, the chest and the shoulders as well. And then switch, you can bring palms together, press the knees open, and then drop the left arm down, reach your right arm up. As you do this, keep that right knee pressing out to the side so you've got this activation to open the hips. And then bringing the palms back together. Nice. Hands come down, step the toes back into a high plank. Find your connection to your breath as you inhale, shoulders forwards. Exhale, you might keep the knees lifted as you lower down onto the belly. Inhale, lift up, cobra pose, shoulders draw away from the ears, elbows into the ribs. Keep a little micro bend at the elbows. And then we'll come into child's pose. Keep your knees grounded, press your hips back. Now you might bring more space between the knees. Let me explain the difference here. So if you have your knees wide in your child's pose, you're going to come more into the hips as well as the lower back. But if you have a tighter lower back, you might choose to bring the knees in towards each other, as that's going to give you more of a round to target the lower back a little bit more. So choose your variation of child's pose. And then we'll hold here for 4 breaths. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, could you soften the chest a little bit more? Slowly start to press away from the floor. Bring yourself through tabletop. Now, hips over the knees here. They're going to stay here for puppy pose, one of my favourite stretches. Again, I've got lots of favourite stretches. Walk your hands forwards. First, come into passive puppy pose. So melt the chest down. You might drop the forehead. And then to make this a bit more active, so that you're isolating the stretch in the shoulders rather than using the spine, you're going to lift up onto the fingertips and then press the floor away, so come out of the stretch a bit. And then see here, I'm arching through the back. Instead, draw the ribs in towards your hips. So my core is engaged, pressing the floor away with the fingers, and then start to lower into your depth, but keeping a straight spine. Notice how the shoulders feel here, coming to the edge of sensation and holding there, not pushing past your limit. 2 more breaths. And then gently release, walk your hands back. Come into a hero's pose, so kneeling. If this is uncomfortable on your knees, you can always come up onto the shins. From here, you're going to interlace the hands behind our back. Draw the palms and the shoulder blades together. Now we will use our spine here to lift the chest, come into a little bit of a back bend, drawing the hands towards the floor. This is so good to counteract all of that rounding through the shoulders. We really are opening the chest here. Maybe take the gaze up towards the ceiling. And then release. We'll come into a seated position, so swing the feet to the side, onto the sit bones, bringing the feet mat width distance apart. Bring your hands behind you, so fingertips towards the glutes. Lift the chest, so gently squeeze the shoulders back. Now coming into one of the most common things I see in the climbing gym is 90-90 hip rotations, which are really good, so we'll do a few of those, but we're going to add on to make it a little bit more funky and open into other areas other than the hips. So as the knees next come down to the left side, stay here, switch the left hand, so now the fingers are facing the back of your mat. Lift your right arm up, really draw the hand back, so notice how my chest is opening here. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, close off the space, and you're just going to reach the hand through this space. This feels so good on the spine. A couple of times, so inhale, open the chest. Exhale to reach through that space. One more, inhale. Exhale. Nice. We're going to switch. So come back through the middle, knees come over to the right. Really try and press the inner edge of that left foot down to bring the knee to the floor. Right hand behind. Lift the left arm up, open the chest, draw the hand back, breathe in. Exhale, reaching through that space between the hip and the hand. Inhale, lifting up, take the gaze with the left hand. Exhale to close off that space. One more. Amazing. Come back through the middle. And then from here, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together for butterfly pose. So for the first couple of breaths, you might flutter the knees up and down. And then soften the knees down to the floor. Inhale, lift the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, you're going to fold forwards any amount here. And again, this might look very different person to person, depending on how open your hips are and how open your lower back is. but just kind of embracing where your body is right now in this moment, and not where you think it should be as well. That is probably quite a common way of injuring yourself, is kind of pushing yourself to where you think you should be in a climb or how well you should be doing it, and ignoring what the body is telling you in that moment. So just be kind to yourself. A couple more breaths. And just softening the shoulders away from the ears. Could you melt the chest a little bit closer towards the floor? Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, start to lift the upper body. Use your hands, guide the knees in towards each other. And just give yourself a little hug here, wrap the arms around the shins. And then from here, we're just going to come into a cross-legged position just to close off the practice. Hands can rest onto the knees and just close down the eyes here. Just taking a few slower breaths. Allowing the shoulders to soften. Let go of any micro tension that you might be holding in your face. Unclenching the lower jaw. And allowing your tongue to be relaxed in your mouth. And I invite you here to bring palms together and invite in this real deep sense of gratitude for this body that you find yourself in, for the ability to move, to breathe, to climb, to practice yoga is amazing. Never taking health for granted. Taking a deep inhale. And you might exhale out through the mouth. And when you feel ready, you can open the eyes, but feel free to spend a bit more time in that seated position if you would like to. That is the end of this yoga practice for climbers. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you would like a little bit more content like this, I have a lot of stuff on my Instagram account, Radiant Soul Yoga, and I have other little mini programs which I will link in the description to this video. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in another class or somewhere else in the world if you are local to me. Thank you for practicing with me, and yeah, have a great day.